doing here on Shagalinko.
My name is Jennifer Agunloye Okoliko. I'm a social worker, the founder of an NGO called GIST, meaning Girls Should Thrive Initiative. And what we do is we basically help young girls to be able to make life better for them by giving them everything they need for better health, and also encouraging them in their education as well. Then we also help older women in rural communities, to be able to raise their girls, because the mothers are actually the ones that have influence over the children the most. So we empower older women with everything they need to be able to raise their children to be better citizens of society. Wow. Well, basically, when a girl reaches puberty, which sometimes for some girls starts from the age of 9, there are a lot of surprising elements come with it, things that they are not aware of, body odors, their menstrual flow, changes in their body, different areas of their body growing up, and all that. So it's necessary for these people to have been pre-informed before time to know what to expect and how to manage themselves. For example, menstruation is a popular term, which is the monthly flow of blood from a woman. Now, it is very shocking for a young girl to just see blood flowing out of her body. That is not normal. So those are the things that we are emphasizing as individuals and as an organization. There's a high need for us to enlighten these girls about things they can do to prevent the body odors, to take better care of themselves, because that would lead to we can avoid a lot of infections that we have to deal with in the future. If these things are well taken care of from a young age, we can avoid those problems in future, because not taking care of yourself well during menstruation can lead to infertility in the future. Not taking care of your private parts can lead to very bad body odor in future that would cause a stigma in society. So this is a very important topic that we really need to emphasize, not just to the young girls, but also to the mothers and older women in society, that these girls need to be taught. It's not something we can overlook. It's as important as education itself, because it affects her self-esteem, and it also affects how she views herself as a girl in future. Yes. As a matter of fact, one of the things I've realized from being on the field in the past few years is that it really is not about money, in as much as there is a place for money, because the more you can afford, the more comfort you can have. But to accomplish the average result of having a neat body and a well sanitized lifestyle, it doesn't require money per se. What I've noticed is that there are 3 major things that people use during their menstrual flow. They use the sanitary towels, which is the most accepted in society. I also advocate for that as well. But especially in rural communities, and even in very lower than average citizens of our country, they use rags. In extreme cases, they use leaves. So you see, the rags can even be permitted in the case where they cannot afford, because a box of sanitary towel averagely ranges between 300 to 400 naira every month. That is very expensive. For a lot of people cannot afford that. So even the rags, we advise people that even if you have to use the rags where you don't have a choice, you require high level of sanitation to maintain it, to ensure that you do not take on any germ or any infection that can harm your body in the process. And there are very easy steps to maintain hygiene when you use rags. It involves wearing it for nothing more than 4 hours. It has to range between 2 hours and 4 hours, depend on the heaviness of the flow. And then after that, you take it out and you wash. Then after washing, you sun dry it. Make sure that it is dried in the sun, because the heat of the sun has elements that ensures that all the other whatever bacteria are on it dies. Then if you can afford, you iron it as well to expose it to more heat and more intensity. Then after that, you can reuse it. that's the process you can use to be able to manage rags, because we give out sanitary towels, but that is not sustainable for a lot of people. So we need these rags. We need to make sure that they are well taken care of. If not, we're still back to the same problem of infections and different issues. Okay, as much as it is very limiting for what a young girl herself can do, because whether we like it or not, these young girls need consistent training. It's not a one-time thing. But what I can advise young girls to do, the bulk of the work still boils down to the mothers and the older women in society. But for the young girls, I will advise, if you can pick up the courage to be able to walk up to somebody that is older, somebody that you see that you can trust. It can be in your religious organization, your church, your mosque, or wherever you meet your group of people. There are older women there that you can approach. Or in your school, you have your health teachers, your principal, if she's a woman, if it's a woman, because most of the girls' schools, their principals are usually females. So your principal, or just any of your teachers that you feel you can trust. And then also in your neighborhood, you can look at, you might have one auntie that is your neighbor that lives close to you. Those are people, pick up the courage to talk to them. Nobody's going to. And then we also have organizations like ours. We are very open. In fact, just a few days ago, somebody picked up our number, a 12-year-old picked up our number from a radio show, and she called. And she was asking me all these questions. So these are also avenues that you can use. You can call organizations like ours. We will be very, very excited to help you. So those are the things. But I would also say that older ladies, even if you are not a mother yet, take the responsibility. Look out in your area and reach out to one or two girls. Changing society and changing the lives of people is a collective responsibility. There's no government or any organization that is like, this is left for these people alone. No matter how much we try as an organization, there are people that will never be able to reach, but you come in contact with those people every day. So don't just live for yourself alone. Just look around. It doesn't cost money. Just call. You can see a young girl, call her. By the time you've spoken to a young girl 1, 2, 3, she will come to trust you, and she'll be able to open up to tell you about what she's going through or what is happening to her. Most girls have been raped because they are ignorant of so many things. One man will just call them and bring them into a corner, and before you know what's happened. But if somebody had enlightened them, don't do this. When somebody calls you into a corner, don't follow. Don't do this. It's easier for her to say, okay, I'm not going to, if you call me, I won't go, So and older women does not mean you have to be 50 or 60. I'm talking of 25, 30. Just look around. The little you know, teach a younger girl of 12. It will make a huge difference. It's a collective effort that we have to come together to make life better for girls.